Which episode tea party is that? Is that a plot hole or it's going to be explained like what happened? Oh, Butler is back! But it was like a sniper or something? Kenzo said she passed. Why? Was that here before? But the corpse position doesn't make sense. I swear, like every single one is lying. How? You cannot like sleep through this. This is just like the easiest case ever. I'm just paranoid because of episode 4. I swear if he says that in red. Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Umineko, and I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. To be honest, I'm recording this even before the previous 2 episodes, so when I'm recording this, you still didn't saw 2 episodes. So anyway, that will like let me deal with music and any issues that I will encounter, and I have a feeling like I will need that. So, why I'm scared of this? Why I'm scared of Tea Party of episode 4? Mainly because of this chart. Yeah, Discord provided me that. Look at episode 4, like word count, like for Tea Party. It's freaking 15,000. What the fuck? Just imagine, like episode 1, 2, and 3 on channel took me like 1 hour each. Why? What's in this tea party? I'm scared. I probably will do like... I will probably record whole tea party today. But I will do this like in sessions, like 1 hour sessions, and I will just stitch them together. Because if I lose this whole footage due to like blackout, some outbreak of electricity or whatever like bullshit will happen, I would be so sad. Anyway, I guess that's it. Let's dive into Tea Party episode 4. Remember to leave a like if you like the episode, dislike if you dislike it, and you can also subscribe if you want to subscribe. And maybe join the Discord, which is in the description. And let's go. Okay, my body is ready. Let's do this. Am I ready? Am I not? Second day of 86. Okay. Why are we starting with... Wait, why are we starting Tea Party on Rock and Jima? Wait, what? Okay, that's new. Every Tea Party started on... in Meta World. Second day, 10 minutes before end. Okay. I don't have a clue what's going on. Please, someone explain in a way even I can understand. Yes, please. Actually, no, don't spoiler me. Don't explain stuff. I have pretty good idea. I mean, I have like pretty nice thoughts. I think like before this episode is up, you will see episode 3 theory. And then after this, I will like try to figure it out, like stitch every single episode before and try to do like Umineko theory like in general. I can understand what happened yesterday. So in the first day, because this is second day, right? I was in the kitchen of the mansion, grabbing some food without permission. Whose narration is that? If you open up that massive business class refrigerator, you can find anything. You can eat and drink as much as you like. Even if the typhoon didn't clear up for a week, I have more than enough to eat. What? With the wine in one hand, I was helping myself to some dry cured ham. I wonder just how expensive this wine and ham are. Whose perspective is that? It doesn't sound like someone who have money. I don't think like any of the like Ushurimiya family would think, oh my god, that's so expensive. I wonder how expensive is that? Your ingredients are out of luck too. If only you had Goda-san to cook you, you could have been reborn as much more incredible food. Okay, yeah. So this is after first twilight, because this is second day. Wait, but in episode 4, Goda didn't die in the episode 1, in the first twilight. Wait, so Which episode tea party is that? Is that actually like tea party for episode 1? I'll just make myself a bit smaller here. Okay. Like I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, I'm not sure which one at this point. Like Beato mentioned, I will welcome you or something like that in the first tea party. So I wonder, like, okay, let's just read because it will take forever anyway. I looked at the clock. Very soon it will be 24. October 5, the second day would end. Insane October 4th, yesterday, seemed like a lie. That, how much? Nothing had happened after that test thing. Wait, what? What? What the? Oh! Oh, so, oh, right, this is second day, Gota died already. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Umineko is shattering my thoughts again. That's fine, that's totally fine. I'm like, accustomed to that at this point. So we are continuing basically the story. Actually, now I think about this, yeah, we never continued the story. Did we? We got cut off to the meta world and we had a discussion between like dual butler stuff and Beato. And the butler disappeared. So we never had continuation to the third day. Nothing happened. No phone call came. And no letters came. No person came and no one attacked me. So this is probably like butler perspective, the butler that's on the game board. And he's still wondering, what kind of scene did you mean? Because he was never explained that, the one that's on the board. Nothing happened at all. I wanna start demanding a refund on all the time and energy that tension stole from me. Because after that, for an entire day, a full 24 hours, nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. Okay. So surely, nothing's gonna happen now. Yeah, sure. A full 24 hours ago, Beatrice called me to the spot in front of the mansion entrance. Yeah, this is Butler. There I was given a strange test to determine the successor of the headship or whatever. I gave a serious answer in my own way, but it somehow hadn't meshed with the other side. Yeah, she wanted some different answer. Also, what happened with Maria? We never like got Maria ending actually in this episode. Like, Kinzo said like she just passed with flying colors. And then we never heard about her. Okay. Is that a plot hole or it's going to be explained like what happened? Beatrice got pissed for no reason and fell silent. I yelled at her to try and say something, but she gave no answer. When I asked where Maria was, she told me to go to the chapel and left. Oh, okay. To tell the truth, it was anticlimax. No matter what kind of weird test you give, at least tell me whenever I've passed or failed. Are you going to say thanks for coming? Your results will be mailed to you later or something? Quit messing with me. Anyway, I then headed to the chapel. After failing the tests, both Josh and Jessica were killed. I couldn't let Maria get killed too. Also, I might get the chance to catch some person trying to kill her. As a little kid, I often heard from Jessica that you'd get trouble if you went near the chapel. So I had never been there before, but at least I knew where it was. Also, I will have to... It's not going to be in the episode 3 theory, but I will have to talk about the chapel itself as well, because it was like mentioned in the Kumasawa notes that we had in the episode 4. about door being open like very rarely. It's like there was like a very small chance. I need to like check the thing that was on the door in the episode 3. There's a lot of things that about Chopper that I would like to check out. I couldn't find any trace of a person there, but there was a key bundle lying in front of the door. I thought this might be someone telling me to open the door, but after trying all the keys, I found that none of them fit. Yeah, there's like a special key for this, I think. I don't think like you can use master key for this door, right? I kind of forgot. Yeah, I think you cannot use master key for this door. So maybe these keys are all master keys? Maybe? I also called Maria's name, but there was no answer whatsoever. I searched around the chapel, but there was a limit to what I could do in the pitch black with just a flashlight. I realized that this key bundle might be a set of master keys, yep! Which could make it possible to open the door to the mansion. I found no sign of Maria, so I returned to the mansion. Okay, so she's not in the chapel, or maybe she is. But if she passed, she cannot be dead, so... Where she is? Where is she? The mansion was wrapped in silence, and in horrible stench. Yeah. However, it's amazing how good humans are at adapting. The inside of the mansion must still be wrapped up in that smell. However, I grew completely used to it and stopped minding it. It didn't seem any worse than an old house where someone had burned some meat. Ooh. At first, I was bewildered by the stench, but I decided to head to the dining hall for the time being. Also, he should go to like Kinzo room, right? And maybe he will find. I wonder if he can like. No, he cannot get to the Kinzo room. He don't have key. So he cannot confirm if Kinzo actually burned. Ah. And found those corpses that were so pitiful. Goda-san and the rest had hesitated to speak of them in detail. Oh, Butler is back! Butler is back in the tea party! Hell yeah! Beatrice is no more. I mean, yeah, Beatrice wasn't here like this whole episode. Like, this is weird. Like, if we assume that like Butler must witness stuff to like update this, then it's weird. Like, he only updated George. He's not updating other corpses. He didn't update it like Goda, he didn't update it Kumasawa, he didn't update it like anyone. He saw Beatrice and it's not updated, like there's no Beatrice, what the fuck, like this is... I swear, episode 4, like, Tipmany is so messed up, like, I will have to like, really get deep into this. Okay. Okay, now they're updated. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Umineko. It was the remains of Anna Tsuhi and the others who had become the first victims. Half of each head had been completely split open. It was so gruesome that even without knowing a thing about examining corpses, I would say that they were 100% dead. Also, yeah, makes sense because he never saw them before, god fucking damn it. Also, yeah, Kyrie corpse is somewhere else, so he don't know about this as well. Makes sense, but still doesn't make sense why he's not like acknowledging Beatrice to be like here. He clearly saw the human form of Beatrice, right? The one that we get in the episode 2, so what? This is like the biggest mystery actually of this. It's not about updating. The biggest mystery of the Tipmany in this episode is that Beatrice is never like appearing. Even though he saw her, saw her. She appeared here before when she was like introduced, either in the beginning or when she like was shown to like as the human to go to VIP room in the episode 2, but she never appeared in the episode 4. Also, okay, updating is kinda weird because he didn't like updated Koda and Kumasawa yet. Let's see like this for a second. Murder with gun, yep. However, the witnesses don't believe she was killed with a gun. Wait, what? What witnesses? Wait. Oh, right, Kumasawa. And then, yeah, because they saw the whole thing, but they didn't like comprehend what that was, so they saw like arrows and stuff. Okay, I will assume that they died from gun, but it was like a sniper or something. That way, like it would like create chaos, and they would be like not able to like comprehend what happened. Just like their head just go blown up. So yeah, everyone is the same. Yep. Okay. And on top of that, the remaining halves of their faces were left like normal, so it was even easy to identify them. Really convenient corpses they were. In addition to the 6 bodies was one more. The 7th corpse. Oh, it was Maria. Kenzo said she passed. Why? She lay next to Aunt Rosa. Oh, as though sleeping alongside her. I cried. Corpse on dining hall. Butler wasn't able to make out any wounds in particular, so I assume she was killed by some kind of poison. The most peaceful form of invitation to the Golden Land. Okay. At the death of the innocent young girl. And in a cruel way, my dad and the rest had died. I raced through the mansion, swinging the hot standard spear, yelling, "Come out here, bastard." But I couldn't find any trace of anyone else. Thinking they might have been planning to hide somewhere and attack me from behind, I went around searching for hiding places, sometimes growing more cautious, and sometimes intentionally letting my guard down in various ways. But in the end, not even a kitchen appeared. Kitten. Let's not speak about this. The morning came. My tension and fatigue combined with my drowsiness, making for the worst kind of dawn. Humans are pretty incredible. Even when a murderer might be hiding somewhere, we prioritize drowsiness and fatigue over our own lives. By that time, I was starting to feel pretty ridiculous. After all, for a full 6 hours before dawn, I'd walked around the mansion, yelling at the culprits to show themselves. My search had been a careful one, and I tried myself out, and let my guard down. Even so, no one came to attack me. Also, I feel a little bit ill, so I'm sorry if I like sound weirdly or like coughing from time to time. I hope like it will not develop into something worse and I will have to like take a break from like recording at all, so who knows, maybe that's the last time I can like actually record the episodes before I got ill, so basically I lost patience with them and figured they could do whatever the hell they wanted. The boat won't come until the typhoon passes. They said on the TV that it won't pass until tomorrow, so I've got another full day today Realizing about lost its interest. And even though I knew it'd probably make the police mad, I decided to play detective a bit. Ooh. Let's see what kind of theories Butler have and if I agree with them. Also, that was like a good catch. I don't know if I talked about this, like it's been a while since we had the test thing. That Butler never saw, like, Butler like actually on the game board, like never ever saw Beatrice clearly. Like when he saw her, he was always like either drunk or like he had like some kind of drowsiness, or like in the case in the episode 4 he saw Beatrice in the rain from the distance. So it will be hard to like actually figure out who it is. So like yeah, still Shannon and Jessica are suspicious. Yeah, pretty much. First was the dining hall, where the very first murder had occurred. The 6 who had been killed in the beginning were very pitiful. Also, by the way, oh my god, I have a feeling like I'm like repeating myself, and I'm not sure if I said that on video or I said that only on Discord. Like I think like if I would have to like bet on one of these two to be Beatrice, for now, I would say it's mostly Shannon. I'm not going to dive into this on the video, because I have notes, I remember. Yeah, it will be on the theory. But if you want details, then yeah, I'm discussing this like on Discord from time to time when I'm like actually doing notes, so yeah, you can join if you want. If not, then that's fine, and you can just wait for the video to appear and get like insights then. But yeah, okay. The weapon used was probably a gun. Maybe the heads were split by something powerful, like a magnum bullet or a shotgun. It was a reasonable theory to hold. Yeah, like tips many don't hold this. I mean, okay, maybe it was a gun, but they don't think it was a gun. Like, it's like entirely possible. Anyway, yeah, like I thought, it might be a sniper. Or they just didn't saw it. Like, is this possible? It's possible actually, right? Butler never saw like this happen. Like, Kumasawa and Goda could pretty much just claim that they saw that. Maybe they just like entered the room after the murder happened. Like they entered the room, they saw the murderer, and the bodies lying around. They saw the heads like open, and they didn't thought like it's a gun because it's like too big for a gun, and they just like escaped then. It's not necessarily like saying that they had to be inside the same room. Butler never saw this. So we can assume that they were like in the different places. It was not in red. Compared to that, the 7th corpse, Maria, had died in a such better and cleaner way. Yeah. At a glance, I could see no external wounds, and didn't understand how she would be killed. Now I think about this, Maria never died in a gruesome way, right? Oh no, wait, she did. But she was revived. But like, died. Like at the end. She never died in like gruesome way. But yeah, she was like roasted alive and stuff. Yeah, okay. But by her mouth were traces of bubbles that she might have been spat out. Oh. It looked like a typical death by poisoning that you might see in a TV drama. Okay. Wasn't Maria called out to the chapel and given a test? Yes. So why was she in the corpse-filled dining hall, lying next to her mother, dead? Yeah, that's my question, exactly. Like, Kinzo said like she passed with flying colors. She could be like next Ushirimiya family head. Easily, probably. Beatrice just didn't like that and just decided to like backstab Kinzo basically? Even with the cause of death of poison, who gave it to her? Well, Kinzo was the examiner, so we can... Nah, Kinzo didn't want to kill her, but we can assume as well. This is also a possibility, like he just claimed that she passed. In flying colors. Or maybe she passed like dead? Maybe that's what he meant? I mean, he was the last person who saw Maria. So he could like pretty much poison her. And then like bring the corpse through the back door of the mansion. Because there are two doors that are unlocked. They're like not locked in the mansion. And I got so like... I so don't like this unlock idea of doors and the boiler room and everything. Oh my god, I talked about this on Discord like so much. Oh my god, I still refuse to believe like some stuff of this. Like, no, it's shattering my theories. No. Her clothes weren't disturbed at all. It's hard to imagine that she was forcibly pushed down and given an injected of poison. It's probably better to assume that she was given a capsule of poison or something and made to swallow it. But compared to the scattered and violently mutilated corpses in the room, Maria's corpse was too clean. If they had a gun, they only needed to pull the trigger. But poisoning, whenever by having her drink it, or by injection, would take a lot more effort. Considering the culprit's brutal nature, you would think Maria's death alone was given a special treatment, yeah, like in every episode. Why was only Maria given a sleep-like death? True, being killed is always a pitiful thing, but for some reason Maria's death alone seems very courteous to me. Both Maria's hands were joined on her chest, as though the dead person had put them there herself. So she knew she would die. What? Did Maria do that herself before dying? Isn't this usually something done by someone else after the person dies? Yeah, usually yeah. And it still might be the case. Why did you... As though sleeping with her mother, whose head was half crushed, Maria does it in peace. Either someone else put her hands like this, or she was brought here, or she got like poisoned, brought here, and then she realized that she's dying, and then she just lied down before Rosa, like next to Rosa, and wanted to die next to her. For some reason, that contrast really bugged me, including the direct cause. It's probably safe to say that Maria's death is shrouded in mystery. Yeah, like every single episode, Maria's death is like the most like calm one. I mean, being strangled in the episode 3 is not that calm, but still, it's not like smashed the head or anything. It's not like corpse is not destroyed brutally. And more than anything else, the biggest mystery of this dining hall was the pitfalls. Yeah, that thing. The pitfalls that both Uncle Krau's group and Goda-san had mentioned. After the first 6 were killed, 5 more fell through pitfalls and were captured. What are pitfalls? Those things that suddenly open and you fall through them, right? The room had a solid floor with a carpet that looked dignified, if a bit worn out. No matter how you look at it, it was a single piece. If a pitfall had opened up, there would have been a seam just in the place. And if there had been some trick like a pitfall, wouldn't it creak like when you walked on it. No matter how much I walked around, feeling the carpet, I just couldn't imagine that a pitfall was hiding there. Huh. Yeah, like, it's impossible to have like pitfalls there, so... Yeah, they probably just got like ambushed and just like tossed through the back door to the well that they like escaped later, and they just like used some kind of like transportation to go fast through the corridors and put them into the cell. It's only like 2 kilometers. If you have like some kind of like car or like cart or whatever like thing to travel fast, then yeah, you can like probably put them really fast up there. Anyway, it would be one thing if a single person fell, but a full 5 people did. By putting together everyone's stories, each of them had fallen from a different location. So at the very least, there had to be 5 separate places with pitfalls. So what does it mean? Was this room actually made with pitfalls across the entire floor? So by pushing a button, you could open a pitfall into a location of your choice. Some kind of contraption like that? The kind of ridiculous mechanism would be surprising even in Ninja Mansion, yeah. But if Dad and the rest had heard about this, I wonder if they would say I wouldn't put it past grandfather to do it, to make it. At any rate, I didn't learn anything more from the dining hall. Do the pitfalls not exist? Or do they exist? But I just can't find them, amateur that I am. They don't exist. I get that from the context that we had, that what Kyrie was saying back in the cells. They had the whole conversation about this. Like, it doesn't match the cell, it doesn't match the timing, it doesn't match like anything. I can't say for sure, but yeah, Butler can't be sure. Since they claimed that the pitfalls were there, I can ignore them, even if I can find them. Also, they talked about the pitfalls before we had that conversation about not having a pitfalls. The next ones to be killed were Jessica and George Aniki. Okay, so Jessica is not updated because he didn't saw corpse yet. He knows about death. Was that here before? Hatcher was Oshimeni, or technically her husband will. Was that like... Was that part here before? Like in the previous like episodes? Probably? I don't think they changed that. I just like bamboozled myself right now and got suspicious of everything. Huh. Also wait. Also yeah, we have like no tips like at all. Like what the fuck, this episode is so crazy. She messes up when she gets nervous. Maybe that's a clue as well for her like involvement in the story. Why am I making theories now? Stop! Read! God damn it! I discovered Josh Aniki when I've been called out for my test. He had been called out to the airport in the Rose Garden and probably shot in the forehead with a gun. Yeah. Safe assumption. Jessica had been called to her own room on the 2nd floor of the mansion. Also, one thing. Okay, is this like this whole like pass through? I mean, if it was the gun, then he would like have the bullet like out of his head, like in the back as well. If not, then he was probably just stabbed. We need that information to confirm. And I think that's the thing that Umineko will not provide me. I think I just got something that Umineko will never explain. Plot hole. Or maybe like lack of information. The door to her room was locked. But that wasn't a problem at all, since I had a master key, yep. Oh, inside the room, it was horrible. But after the dining hall, I was used to corpses. So I'd built up a bit of an immunity. It's the first time we have this CG. Oh my god. Yo. This is horrible. There's a blood on the wall. It's splattered on the wall. It seems like she was like shot or something during the phone call. Look, the phone is like. Oh yeah, right. She was like talking to Butler when she like died. Yeah, that's true. So she was probably like aware that she will die at that time when she was talking to Butler. It's not like she was revived or anything because magic don't exist like magic. But that means that she knew that murderer will like get her in a second. So she was talking to Butler and then she got shot. Probably. That's why we have blood on this in this area. Because it got splattered from her like stomach or something. But the corpse position doesn't make sense. Actually, it does make sense because she could like face the murderer because she heard him like entering and she just like go to face him and then she got shot and then she like, you know, pull the cord and fall down like in front. Okay, I just solved another mystery. Let's go. Let's continue. The phone receiver was loose and dangling. She had been killed while still on the phone with me? Yep. Jessica was leaning against the wall right next to it. I disagree. This is not a wall. It's a freaking floor. Wall? Floor? Body? Wall? Floor? Floor! With half of her head split open. Okay, might be the other side. Update. Half destroyed, probably resembles much more ball gown. Yep. She was smashed by her own attack. She was smashed by her own attack due to George Ganderov as his specialized barrier. I mean, George barrier added strength of the enemy attack to his own. Also, it doesn't match how the... Yeah, it does... Okay. Wait, does it match? Oh yeah, she hit him in the stomach. And he hit her in the head. Okay, that makes sense. That's why she had like a splitted head. That's fake. She wasn't like smashed by her own attack. It was like George who killed her technically. Because she just added her strength to his strength. That's how it worked. Well, I cannot like take this in the face value anyway. We'll make a theory about this probably. As far as I could tell by glancing at the scene, it looked as though she'd been killed while on the phone. Also, yeah, if she was killed like while on the phone, and she was like killed by her own attack due to counter-offensive barrier that George had, it just like doesn't like add up at all. Like, what? Like she attacked George while being on the phone? That means like George would attack her, and like he had to like counter that. What if it went like that way? What if like George is one with the culprits, and he killed Jessica, and then the other culprit killed George to like get rid of the evidence and the helper because they want to be alone? Like, this is just like a random nonsensical bullshit that I'm pulling out now, so don't worry about this, but I mean, why not? We don't have like necessary timing of deaths, so it could be entirely possible that Jessica died first and then George, and then he was like transported somewhere else outside of the room. If that's the case, had the culprit had been before her eyes? I hadn't gotten that impression while listening to Jessica's voice on the phone. Yep. But yeah, that's still like... Maybe she just like had steel of nerves. I'm pretty sure Jessica said they got me. It's probably best to assume that she already received a fatal wound at the time of the phone call. That's right, she also said this. How do you know that? Like, you can't assume that while you're still alive. Unless you know what's happening. Yeah, that's what she said. From what I could tell by looking at the Jessica corpse, there were no wounds on her other than the damage to her head. She could have had an injury serious to make her prepared for death, and then died halfway through the phone call. Why do you have the blood splat here then? If she was already heavily injured, it doesn't make sense that there's a blood splat. Unless she died and just like smashed her head into the wall. And according to the writing, she's like not on the ground, but she's like next to the phone, like on the like, you know, with back on the wall. But the way she talked on the phone made me think that she escaped harm for the time being. You shouldn't be able to have a casual conversation over a phone. The culprits right before your eyes. Oh, the culprit is messed up and they just like let her talk while being on the... while having like gun into the head. So, did the culprit come in partway through the phone call and kill Jessica? Yeah, that's my assumption. Like one of my assumptions before, like because we could end up. Yeah. I talked about this. I'm not going to talk about this again. This is just too long. No, that can be right. After all, this room was locked. Are you sure, Butler, this room was locked? Are you entirely sure? It's locked when you came to visit here. And I want to remind you that you saw Beatrice on the, like, on the mansion. So, maybe she locked this room. I mean, there's also keys for each room. It's not just the master keys. Wait, that doesn't tell me anything. If the culprit stole the master key from one of the victims, locking the door would be meaningless. Yeah, locking the door. But she had no external wounds other than her head. In that case, should I assume that the fatal wound she was prepared to die from and the actual external wound that damaged her head were two different things? And that both of them were made at the same part of the body? It's entirely possible. I mean, why not? In other words, Jessica was struck severely to the head and received an incredibly bad wound. Then she called me and lost her consciousness, or died while on the phone. Then the culprit came and damaged her head again. Something like that. Valid theory, I agree. After being called to this room, Jessica was attacked by the culprit and received a serious injury. Then the culprit thought she'd died and went away for the time being. But Jessica miraculously started breathing again and called me with that won't become her dying message. Then the culprit realized that they failed to kill her and rushed back to deliver the final blow after Jessica fell unconscious from massive blood loss. How would they realize that though? And if they like... Okay, at some... yes, it makes sense, but it's also kind of suspicious and weird. I'm not sure if I can explain this yet, but it feels like... Huh? That seems to add up more or less. Yeah, I agree with that more or less thing. Except for how Jessica was able to accurately predict the nature of the final blow, yeah. And there was one more thing that bugged me about the phone call from Jessica. Jessica had said this. Okay, my theory... Okay. My talking about... I actually forgot about this. Yeah, Jessica confirmed that. So, basically, George died first. Or they were like injured at the same time and they just split up. And she don't know that he's dead already. And she's just assuming that he's bad injured, just like me. Never mind. I should like talk less. She said it almost as though she would be witnessing George and Nikki being killed. But while you certainly could see the rose garden from the window in the Jessica room, and you could even see the roof of the airborne where George and Nikki had been summoned, it was very far away. Well, we still have sniper theory. Add on the fact that it was the night of the typhoon, and it's very hard to imagine that she was able to witness everything that happened by the airborne from this window. And more than anything else, Jessica left before George and Nikki. So she should have known that George and Nikki test took place by the airborne. Yeah. Didn't thought about this. What? Why did Jessica know that George and Nikki had been killed? Well, they meet at the same time. At some point, we know that they killed each other. At least that's what we saw. And what's true, we don't know yet. But yeah, they must have been meeting at some point. Maybe like George. It still could make sense, actually. No, okay, never mind. I had just like weird thoughts again. Also, during my search of the entire mansion, I found curious on corpse as well. It was in one of the old guest rooms, at the back of the first floor. Yeah. Also when she was talking. Single hole right in the center of her forehead, probably as well, so she was shot with a gun. Demon's stake was bored in the hole in her forehead. It's hard to imagine that it was the cause of death. I did miss. I missed on purpose to teach her. Yeah. Oh my god, 410? Also, wait, you said that, like, I can see the 510 or whatever her name was in the Tea Party tip menu, right? Is that what you mean? Oh. Sorry. Nah. Probably it's something like inside the like dialogues here. I don't know, I'll check it later as well. In the past, before the construction of the guest house, the relatives had spent the night in this. Curious situation, matched Jessica perfectly. She'd been probably killed during the phone call with me. The receiver was hung full untidily, and Kirisan lied crumpled in the corner. But the way she had been killed was very different from Jessica. Her head wasn't smashed. Instead, a stake with the occult design was buried into her forehead. It was gruesome, so I pulled it out. Ugh. After pulling it, I realized this might get me in trouble with the police later. No shit, Sherlock! You are like the worst detective ever. So a little too late, I set it down back in the by Curious' side. Great, now we'd have like your fingerprints all over the place. Great idea, Butler. Its tip was sharp and strained with enough blood that it must have been penetrated fully to the brain. I didn't know what kind of metal it was made of, but it was about as heavy as the paperweight. Certainly, if you were stabbed all out with something like this, it might cause a terrible wound. But I probably knew what that stake meant. It was one of those. The style of killing from the 4th Twilight onwards in the Witch Epitaph. It's probably that gouge with the stake and kill thing. However, a human skull is very firm. No matter how much someone mastered their strength, could it really have been pierced so neatly? No. Actually, I don't know. I literally don't know. Can you? Can you stab someone in the forehead and like just in one stab like that? I mean, it's pretty heavy. Huh. By my reasoning, the stake wasn't the cause of death, but had just been used to damage the corpse after death. Yeah, I'm not like buying it entirely because I think like it would be possible. Especially if Kyrie was wounded. Oh no, wait, she don't have other wounds. Never mind, then she was shot first. She was already killed with a gun or something like Georgia Nikki. And the stake had been stuck into her, struck into the hole left by the gun. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because she would be like struggling and stuff. And that would be like impossible to like easily stab, basically. Gun is like way more like, makes more sense in this situation. Think of it that way, makes this easier to accept. But was Kiri-san really killed with the gun? As she said on the phone, even though she was holding up inside the locked room, Kiri-san was being attacked. In fact, this room had been locked. Also, she had mentioned a golden thread or something flying in and attacking her. That was a drone! In fact, there were 4 places around Kiri-san corpses with holes that were being caused by some kind of attack. But a golden thread attacked her through the keyhole? What about the window? Like sniper stuff, like I said. I look at the door from Kiri-san perspective. If it had been one of those old keyholes you see in the old mystery movies, where you can peek through to the other side, then it would have been clearly possible to stick something through it. But even though the doors in this mansion were old-fashioned, the locks were the familiar, average cylinder style that you could find in any normal house. In other words, they weren't constructed in a way that would let any penetrate through them. So no matter how thin an object you might try to stick through the keyhole, it's unthinkable that something penetrated through the outside intact. A cylinder lock. And the keyhole? But despite that, Kiria-san definitely said something like a golden thread had flown in through the keyhole. It spun around while aiming for her and attacked her. Oh my god. You know what? Like, Umineko is causing me one of... Like, it caused a lot of problems, actually. But one of the problems that I, like, actually never addressed, really... as the narration of some stuff. Like... Kyrie clearly died. She knew she will die, right? Why someone who's dying would lie? Like, we can see that it's impossible to stick anything through this keyhole, right? So I would assume that she was like rather attacked through the window. Maybe windows open at that time. But Kyrie said on the phone it was like through the keyhole, even though it's impossible. So why would she lie? Like, that made me think that she's either like, and it's not Kyrie only, it's like a lot of characters here. It almost feels like they all knew they will die and they were like assigned, like their mission was to basically lie to Butler. Like, why would, like, it feels like they sacrifice themselves to like lie to Butler so he can like, I don't know, do something. What? That's so weird. A golden thread attacking through a keyhole. I couldn't understand what it meant at all. But even so, Kyrie-san probably predicted that I wouldn't be able to understand all this. And it wasn't just Kyrie-san. Jessica said it over the phone too. No, since the very beginning. From the time we talked with Goda-san and Kumasawa-san and got the phone call from Uncle Kraus group, everyone has said the same consistent thing. Grandfather summoned witches and demons and is killing people with magic. Great! They will be shown that right before their eyes. These weren't tricks or fakes. There was no choice but to believe it. I swear, like everyone is freaking culprit. Like Butler is the only innocent one here. Like, what the fuck? I swear, like every single one is lying. Ah! With one voice, they had all said that. When the mystery woman, calling herself Beatrice, appeared, when I had pretty much believed that she was a real witch and might start summoning gold monsters right and left. Also, yeah, I have a like kind of like theory about the motive actually. About like this happening. Actually, not now when I'm reading like Tea Party, but like motive for... If we assume that Shannon is bad, then I kind of have a motive for her for killing everyone actually and doing this stuff. Kind of. I didn't like make a video yet, but I will probably mention this if I don't forget about this in the theory video of episode 3. We'll see, it might be like in some random notes because it's stuff that will probably go into like Umineko theory for episode 4. However, after being left alone for a whole day, my feeling of tension had faded completely. I was now able to think that something so stupid definitely couldn't be true. Did they lose their heads a little in an extraordinary situation where their lives were exposed to danger? And mistakenly think that the witch was attacking them with magic. But multiple people gave the same kind of testimony, and on top of that, none of their opinions conflicted each other. Yeah, it's like plan. It feels like a like plan of like total like they're like mad. What the fuck? If it had just been a single statement, I would be able to suspect that they just didn't see what they thought they saw. But doing that now is pretty difficult. Then, right next to the back door, I found Uncle Kraus, with his head half smashed. Right next to the back door, okay. Which back door? There are two. The kitchen one? Course one, the guest room. Deep with mansion. Yeah, same. Demon steak. Chiester's golden arrows. Even though he escaped the dungeon of Kvadorian and somehow made it this far by the secret underground passage, he had been killed. Oh yeah, they died like after like yeah, okay. Buried into the gruesome cross section of his half-crushed head. A stake with the occult design, like the one that had been buried into Kiria's forehead. In this situation, it was very hard to imagine that this was a stake. This stake was the weapon used. He had been killed with a powerful gun, like the stakes in the dining hall. And after death, had been jabbed with a stake like Kiria-san. I wonder if the golden thread that Kiria-san spoke of attacked Uncle Kraus too. Does there exist some kind of tool, like an endoscope, that's very thin, but can move about at will? And that can also attack people? No way. I've never heard of anything like that. It doesn't mean that don't exist then. It's like a devil proof. Like, you don't know that exists, but it can. But even so, if this fact had also been revealed to one of the relatives, maybe they say I wouldn't put it past grandfather to make it. Second, deny the existence of Golden Thread X that can be moved at will and attack people. I can either accept that this mysterious weapon exists, or else I have to accept that this was a murder committed with magic. Yeah. To find the next corpse, I had to go through the back door and search around outside a bit. Okay. Oh, there's the entrance. Behind the mansion, in the wild grove bushes, they were almost swallowed up by the forest. There was something like an old well. Yeah, it's different angle, it's different CG, different background. Also, how they like escaped through this? Just look at that, it's covered. Like, how? You cannot like slip through this. Unless it was covered like after. Like, yeah, maybe it was covered after. After everything. Probably it does. So, in that case, yeah. This happened after murders. Or I'm looking too much into the backgrounds again. Behind the mansion, yeah. Oh. And right next to it, were Dr. Nanjo and Shan-chan corpses. See, you cannot pass through this, but it's not like... Yeah, it's not connected, and it just like put there, so it could be like definitely after the murders. This is cool drawing though. It's like a bit different style, I think. Updated. Nanjo. Half he destroyed. Demon stake had fallen near the body. Okay. Interesting. Might be relevant. I don't know. Okay, maybe... Actually, yeah. Shadow dying is... half head destroyed. Probably resonates some order with a powerful gun. Fallen near the body as well. Okay. The witness at least realized that the stake wasn't what killed her. Wait, what witnesses? Wait! Wait, this is weird. This is weird. Like, witnesses of Shannon and Nanjo death would be Kraus? Kyrie? And Canon, I think? So, like, stakes weren't even in the place then. When this happened, like, when they, like, escaped, they were, like, instantly shot. So, why it's saying that the witness realized that stake wasn't what killed her? That means there was some witness that came back after the murder and saw the stakes. And then realized that it's not the cause of death. So it's not about Kyrie, Kraz or Canon. Someone else came back. I think. Maybe they actually came back. It could be as well. Witness realized that the stick was... This is suspicious as hell. I hope you understand what I mean. Like... Maybe I'm just like... saying some stuff and you cannot understand me. But... yeah. Like, at the time of murder there were no stakes on the crime scene. So the witness came back, saw the bodies, and saw the stakes. And assumed that the stakes weren't what killed them. So the witness didn't saw the initial shot. Because Kyrie, Kraus, and like other people that were here saw the first shot, saw their deaths. And then escaped. So the witness here couldn't see the murder being here. You know what I mean? So yeah, it cannot be Kraus or Kyrie or Canon. It must be someone else. Suspicious as hell. Okay, let's continue. I took a bit of break and I'm stitching these episodes together probably. And I had a bit of thought, like... some of these don't have witnesses, actually. Like, this one have no witness. Nanjo. It's interesting that Nanjo don't have a witness in the description here. This, she have a witness. Like, there's some bodies that have no witnesses, and some bodies that have. So that's actually, that might be like worth of like getting to know actually. Also, it's a little bit of like different phrasing, like don't believe, at least realized. Yeah, this is like totally different. Anyway, let's continue. Both corpses had their heads smashed. And though they weren't stuck in, there were stakes lying right next to each demons' heads. Each corpse was atrocious, but having to look directly at Shanchan's lovely voice, which had been half blown away, was very painful. Also, I just realized like everyone had like damage in the head, and the stakes are like next to them, so we assume that they were like inside the heads. And it doesn't make sense in terms of epitaph, because epitaph needs it to be like staked with like knee, thigh, stomach, chest, back and everything, right? And they all have like this, like Shano, Nanjo, like Kyrie, everyone have like damage on the head. That's weird. In terms of like epitaph, how epitaph worked up until this point. Then there was the well. I'd heard that inside it was a secret underground passage to the mysterious mansion Kvadorian. By this time, I began to think that Beatrice and her accomplices might have used this underground passage and left for Kvadorian. Even though there had apparently been at least 10 of them, I hadn't seen a trace of anyone. Skilled assassins, I guess? It seems very likely that they already escaped to a different location. There's the typhoon. They can't go out to sea. It goes the same for the forest. There's no way they could traverse such a deep, uncultivated forest on foot. In that case, they had only one place to go. The mysterious hidden mansion Kvadorian. Through the second underground passage at the bottom of the whale. By this time, I had entirely lost my fear of being killed if I happened to cross the enemy. Don't fuck with me. This time I will storm into your mansion. I have a spear! Okay, is he realizing that this is like sealed actually? Or what? The old well had a firm cover on it. Yeah, like I said, so backgrounds didn't lie to me. Like, this is weird as fuck. The cover was an iron grill. Yeah, the gaps between the bars were perhaps 20 centimeters across. You could peer inside, but it really wasn't something a human could pass through. If I hadn't known better, I would have thought it anything more than a simple cover to prevent falls. But from what Kiryu-san had told me, I knew that its purpose was to prevent intruders from entering the secret underground passage in the depths. So it was, yes, so like I said, it was covered after deaths, actually. That's what I assume. By the murderer. But who's the murderer? Oh, god damn it, let's... But the cover was extremely firm and rigid. And no matter how much I pushed and pulled, I couldn't even get close to opening it. I couldn't find any obvious lock. It might be sealed by some mechanism, but no matter how much I investigated it, I couldn't find anything to release it. The biggest piece of information Kiryu-san had tried to give me, gambling her final moments, was this underground passage in this well. How? It's like iron bars. Okay. Some kind of like metal cutter, maybe? In the storehouse? I had an idea. After all, I've seen various tools in the gardening shed when we locked Goda-san and Kumasawa-san in there. So he's going... Oh yeah, it's locked actually, yeah. Like how you enter this though. Like Kumasawa and Goda have the key, right? Inside, so okay. But the shutter to the gardening shed was locked. On top of that, the key was with Goda-san, who was dead on the inside. In other words, this gardening shed was a closed room. There's no way to open it from the outside. In that case, I've got to break the shutter. There has to be a tool for that somewhere. Kinda feels like I'm going in circles here. Then, while searching for that, I learned that the source of the stench that had permeated the mansion this whole time was the underground boiler room. Okay, so Kinzo is burning again in the boiler room, isn't he? Like, Kinzo really liked it warm. The boiler room was dimly lit, humid, smelled horrible, and on top of that, all was incredibly creepy. But there were several large tools here, and I managed to find a fire hatchet and some massive wire cutters. And Grandfather's corpse. It's burned! It is. Found as a burnt corpse in the underground boiler room incinerator, no evidence of struggle inside, so probably burnt after his murder. Yes, exactly the same like in the previous roads, like in the previous episodes. It's pretty much the same, like no like like hidden struggles and stuff. Dust to ash, ashes to ashes, the dead to the dead. Okay. Also, no phrasing about witnesses. No, strictly speaking, I should probably say that I found a burnt corpse of a person who was probably grandfather. Yes, exactly like in the previous rows. Like, I don't think like we ever was able to like 100% identify Kinzo as like being burned. Like, he was always burned, and one time he had like the 6 toes stuff, and we could assume that was Kraus maybe, or someone else. So it's not like 100%. Then we had first Twilight in the first, not first Twilight. First episode burnt corpse as well, and there was like literally no evidence outside of the ring, I think. Yeah, like in like no road have clear answer if he's dead or not, really. I will of course like dig into this like deeper later when I will do theory about episode 4, and like actually it will be like episode 1 to 4, like bigger thing, but yeah. Maybe we'll do stream about this, I don't know. Someone corpse had been stuffed into the blazing fires of the boiler. However, by coincidence, I was able to notice the number of toes on the corpse. Yes, we know about the toes, yes, but this could be like genetic stuff and everything. Oh wait, that actually now confirms that's when we had the 6 toes before, we didn't found or couldn't identify Kraus because his head was smashed. We couldn't identify if it was Kraus or not, so we could assume that the one in the incinerator maybe could be Kraus, because maybe he had like this the 6 toes were like genetic idea, so maybe it was him in the boiler room. But since we know that Kraus is dead, actually dead, then the only one that left is Kraus. Because other ones are also confirmed dead. Okay. First episode when Kraus is like actually confirmed 100% being burned. That's what I think. I will see this later on. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is like my first idea and thought. Both feet had 6 toes. That's right. I think I heard that from Dad some time ago. Something about grandfather having polydactyly with extra toes. According to the old Ushimiya tradition, it seems that those with extra fingers or toes had some kind of good fortune and were treated as a good moment. Because of that, grandfather was selected to be successor or something. Nah, not really. He practically saved Ushimiya family from being like grounded to like dust and like survived earthquake and everything. He basically revived the Ushimiya family. It's like he was selected because of like his freaking fingers. He just was like, he got like gold and he was like great stuff. But I wonder if I can be certain that this is grandfather's body just from the number of toes. After all, grandfather was supposed to be the leader of the group of culprits. I didn't have a clue. Why would he get stuffed in the boiler room in a place like this and die? Yeah, pretty much. If he's like the leader, then there must be some kind of traitor in his group. A mysterious corpse, burning and spitting out a terrible stench amid the flames. If it really was the grandfather, did that mean that the leader of the group of culprits wasn't grandfather, but Beatrice after all? Not really. Could be grandfather, but Beatrice just backstabbed him at some point. Grandfather was used because he was convenient and was then thrown away. Unfortunately, it didn't look as it would be given a chance to hear grandfather's side of the story. Okay. Now that I had obtained the tool, I thought about rushing to take on the cover to the well. But I decided to break the shutter, the gardening shed first. I had plenty of time to kill anyway. I figured I should check out the condition of Goda-san and Kumasawa-san corpses. Yep. Let's see if there will be above witnesses. I hit the shutter with the hatchet, breaking into it. Struck the wire cutter into the crack. Then scissored it around, opening up a hole. Yep. Yep. This bucket is suspicious. Then I first Goda-san and Kumasawa-san corpses once more. And update it, let's see. Goda. Oh, he have like head injury. His corpse was found in the Rose Garden storehouse. He was hung by the neck after being shot in the forehead. How after? What the fuck? It's closed room. You cannot hang him after. Unless Kumasawa hanged him. They put ropes around their own necks. That can be a pretty interesting experience now and then. Wait, what the fuck is that? Like, what? She was hung by the neck after being shot in the forehead. How? Okay, I didn't expect this. As long as I could construct a closed room, murder, nothing else mattered. As long as I could construct a closed room. Yeah, like this little piece of information here, like at the end, I always, like in every episode, I always wonder who writes them. Like, some of them in the episode 3 could be written like Eva 1. No, not even, like Hideyoshi 1 could be written by Eva 3, for example. Some of them could be written by Maria, some of them by Beatrice. That's so weird. Okay, I will really have to think about this closed room when I will go to this. I didn't expect it to get information that they will like actually hang after being shot. What? Okay, I will just say that it might not be true because it's assumed. So I can always go with the theory that they were hanged first and then they were shot. It could happen. Like, maybe... Like I said, like people are crazy here, okay? Like they're like pathological liars at this point. Like, I don't trust anyone. So what if like everyone went crazy, and what if like Goda actually hung the Kumasawa? Okay, it depends if there's first it depends if there's a gun inside. So there's like two theories, and Umineko will just crash one of them probably. Right now, so first one is that there was a struggle, and Goda actually hanged or shot first Kumasawa and hanged the corpse. Then he basically prepared himself because he for some reason wanted to die, I don't know. He just put the rope and then shot himself. So the gun should be like on the ground somewhere near. Or someone from outside was like ordering him maybe. Or like both of them. What I mean, like maybe they hung themselves. Or like Goda or Kumasawa, one of them is the bad one, and hung the other one, and there's someone from the outside, from that little window shutter, shot them through the head after they like got hung. This is my second theory for now to explain this closed room. Like, you could totally shot them from the outside. It's not like closed room closed, because there's a window that's clearly opening, and it's not fitting the closed room definition that is in red. As a result, I learned a new fact. Okay. First, they had not died by being hung by the neck. Thank you. Both of their feet were solidly on the floor. Wait, but how? But the oh wait, this is, look, Goda have a tongue out. I didn't realize that before. You can see that? Goda is just joking. He's just joking. He's like, eh. Okay, but bodies should be like really going down if they're like that. So how they like firmly on the floor? But yeah, that makes sense. Like they wouldn't die by hanging if like they just standing on the ground. That's like that makes no sense. So there's wait. So that means they were shot. So probably my theory about like first putting the rope and not hanging and then like shooting themselves or like shoot them through the window is most like possible idea. And above their foreheads were signs that will be shot with the gun. The loop seems longer than a normal noose. On top of that, the length was different on each to match the height of each person. In other words, the length had been adjusted so that both Goda-san, who was tall, and Kumasawa-san, who was short, had their feet solidly but barely on the ground. Also, while the ropes carried both of their weights as their heads lowered, both of them had some slack below their knees. Oh. This meant that if they would stood up with these loops around their necks, there would have been some extra length. In other words, these loops wouldn't have been that great for hanging people. A direct cause of that was probably a shot to the head. Yeah, pretty much. Like I thought. Like either like Goda shot Kumasawa or Kumasawa shot Goda and then killed themselves, or someone from outside shot them after they like put this like on their necks. Why? This might be like difficult room actually. I can probably make a theory like how it happened, but no why. Because how it happened, yeah, sure, they put like loops on their necks because they agreed for that, and then someone from outside just shoot them like their boss or something. Like I don't know, but like it's entirely possible, right? But why? That's another story. It was gruesome. Their insides were still dripping out from those gaping holes, staining their faces the deep red. It's probably best to assume that they were then hung, pulled up, and left exposed like that. That doesn't like fit. Like it's closed room. You cannot like it's impossible basically. If that would be the case, then culprit will be inside this garage. That makes no sense. It would have been shot with a gun. They would probably have been lying down on the floor. So yeah, first they had to prepare loops, like I said. Analyzing background. We have shovel. Okay. Oh, we have that wheelbarrow, I think that's called in English. That Canon used in the first episode when we met him, when he had like the baggage on this from the garden, and he like tripped it down. If that had been the case, you wouldn't have been able to tell they were dead, even if you peeked through the window. The mountain of stuff would have gotten in the way, so if they'd been lying down, they would have been hidden. To make the deaths of those two known to the rest of us who couldn't go inside, they would have had to hang them like this, making it visible from the outside. Was this done to get back at us for thinking that those two would surely be safe? If we left the key with them? I wonder where the shutter key we gave Goda-san, which could have ensured the safety, is now. That key was in the pocket of his trousers. The gardening shed key had been kindly left there, and even the plate was attached. In other words, the gardening shed had been a closed room after all. Yep, pretty much. So the only explanation for now is that they like actually tried to hang themselves. Maybe. But maybe actually not hang themselves because it like the length and everything, it doesn't match. So they were like, yeah, they must have been like working with someone and got orders and they just like agreed to like die basically. What the fuck? I don't understand. This room is like really like weird. But I will get into this. I will solve it. I don't know if I can solve this. Like, I don't know how much I can solve in episode 4. Because some people solving Umineko in like episode 6. So I'm not feeling bad about not knowing stuff. If like you would guys tell me that, hey, it's easy to solve it like by episode 4 or by episode 3, then I will feel bad about myself. But if like some people like never realizing what's going on or like getting to like after episode 5 or 6, I'm fine. I think I'm doing pretty good job in this, so maybe I got some bits of information good. And that gave rise to another question. Because this can be explained by hanging. If they didn't commit suicide, then those nozzles were set up by the culprit. It might have been possible to shoot them through the window. Yes, yes? Was it really unthinkable that someone could have tied those two loops to the beam from the outside? Yes, so they did that themselves. And furthermore, there's no way they could have lifted up the heavy corpses. In other words, to do all of this, they would have had to go inside. But the key was in Goda-san's pocket and the shutter had been locked. In other words, the gardening shed had been in a closed room. Okay, what if like Goda and Kumasawa didn't like prepare the loops but actually culprit? So that would mean like Goda let the culprit enter, knowing him, and for some weird reason they let the culprit to like prepare the ropes? Okay, it depends. Okay, wait. It depends on the distance from the door. It depends on the distance on the door, you know? Because if you let the culprit in, he prepared the extra length for the loops, right? And Goda had a key. So to create a closed room, the culprit would like make this extra length. He like go outside, close the door, then with this extra length that Goda have, he walked to the door, closed this, and go back to his place, and then they got shot through the window. Why? Once again? Would that happen? No idea. I think like this might be the most like interesting room for me right now. I'm so going to dive into this and analyze this place. Holy shit. Goda-san had said that there was only one key to hit this shutter. But this is possible, there was a copy. God damn it, I didn't thought about this. But wait! It can be only... And the culprit was in the possession of it. Wait, wasn't it like, it could be like only open and closed from the inside? Wait, there was something about the key lock inside. Wait, what? I think I'm like making a mistake here. We are allowed to theorize that there actually was a duplicate of the gardening storehouse and that Goda-san just didn't knew about it. Then this isn't even a closed room. Yes, that's correct. If there's a copy, then this is just like the easiest case ever. He just entered, shot them, and just hung them. Problem solved. And I was sure that Oh, wait, no, that was the other way around. Was it? I forgot about how this door worked. So, it's other way around. I was wrong. Sorry, I was wrong. Oh my god, I talked like bullshit this whole time. Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. It cannot be opened from inside. That's what it was. So Goda having a key assured that they cannot open the door from inside. So the only way to open the door would be like hanging the key through the window to someone so they can like open the door. So it's impossible for Goda to like close the room from the inside. So yeah, it's debunked. But still, he could like give the key. It doesn't make sense, no. Wait, it does make sense. Yeah, even if there's no copy. Even if there's no copy, like, Goda could give a key, culprit could enter, prepare everything and stuff, right? Get a key back, close the door, and with this extra length, Goda would have a length to, like, go and get the key from the door, from the window. So he can, like just go back to his position to die, basically. Why? Again, I don't know. So probably I will go with culprit having a duplicate theory because it's easier and make much more sense. But yeah, there's that idea that still works. So I just like made wrong assumption with closing the door from the inside. It could be closed from outside. It's easy. It depends like on how much length the ropes have and the distance. Though, so yeah. But why is it that despite the fact that almost all of the other corpses were shot to death and left almost completely alone, just these two corpses were intentionally hoisted up? Yeah, that's like weird. I couldn't help but feel something a bit odd about this. After this, if we assume that the mystery corpse in the boiler room was grandfather's, the deaths of 16 people have been confirmed. There are 18 people on this island. I'm here and there's 16 copies. Kaneko corpse is the only one I haven't been able to confirm. So we are going to assume that Canon is a culprit now? I mean, yeah, sure, why not? Actually, I don't remember. Actually, I really don't remember what happened to Canon. I genuinely don't remember what happened with Canon in episode 4. Seriously, I don't remember. I have no idea what happened with Canon. So I hope Butler will find him. According to Curiousan, he had been killed while climbed out the well, and he fell down into it. Oh. Okay, so it had like just like too little impact on me, I guess. So if this well closed up like this, it's impossible to check. Yeah, so he could be shot, but he's still alive. So it's possible for them like to shot Canon and make everyone else think that he dies, but he's like just faking death, basically. But who shot him though? Like there's 18 people, right? Like it's like there's still Beatrice that for some reason is not appearing here. Butler, hello, you saw her? So at least give us her here, please. If you don't give us here Beatrice, then I will assume that Beatrice is Shannon or Jessica. But it doesn't make sense as well. Okay, I'm not going to talk about like episode 4 theories now. I need like to just like make proper notes and everything. But I have my like suspicions about Shannon. I still need to like do the notes and see if this is like making any sense, but yeah. At least one of the Beatrices is Shannon, I would say. I have my theory about duality of Beatrice, actually. And I think that backstory on Kuvadorian is different Beatrice that we know now. Huh? Huh? Actually, I think you already saw that video. I think I mentioned that in the episode 3 actually. God damn it. Yeah, this is weird. Talking about the episode that is not recorded or up yet, and trying to make you interested into this video. What the fuck? Okay. I tried shining a flashlight through the bars, down to darkness in the depths of well. But it seems that the jet black darkness had no intention of showing me its depths with a light of that level. It looked like I'd have to break the bars after all. Using the hatchets and things I dragged from the boiler room and the gathering shed, I tried breaking the cover of the well. But the metal bars were extraordinarily sturdy, and breaking them wasn't easy. I hit them with the hatchet over and over until my hands started feeling weird, and eventually gave up on breaking them. It's impossible. If they were at least wood, I might have been able to break them, but this metal... That's right, there's no way you can slice through metal bars like butter with a human strength. I can't even begin to understand that story about how Carl could cut through metal bars. Oh yeah, they were cutting through the metal bars, but it's just a story you heard, it's not as necessarily like true. Like I said, I have a feeling like everyone is a pathological liar at this point. I heard that a light, like a red laser beam, grew out of his arm, and that he sliced through the metal bars like he was cutting through butter. Cutting through metal bars like butter? And what's with the red laser beam? Does that mean this, he secretly had a burner on him or something? And used that to burn through the bars? Still, just what kind of laser could through the metal bars like butter? It almost sounds like the kind of laser beam you would find in those robot anime I loved as a kid, doesn't it? Does something like this actually exist? Also, how Kaneko did get that laser beam? No matter how much I want to ask him, he's already been killed. Also, the laser could be like mistaken for the small golden string, I would say, so... Devil proof again? Like, through the keyhole, there was just like a laser? Yellow laser? By the way, in real life you cannot see lasers. It's just light. You cannot see laser, it just burns. It's not as fancy as you see in the movies or something. No matter how much I want to ask him, he's already been killed, not confirmed. Plus, even his corpse is now in the depths of this well, beyond this cover, not confirmed. If Kanokun could slice through the metal bars, I'm sure he could handle this metal cover in a single swing. Maybe, but death is not confirmed and he could just go back to Kovadorian. It feels like this, like the closed room Goda-san was locked in. It was just like the closed room Goda-san was locked in while holding the key. Only one person could open the door, but they're locked inside. If only I had the power of Kanonkun's, I'd be able to do something about this cover myself. Just who is Kanokun? He couldn't really be a non-human, being capable of using a strange power, right? He's Super Saiyan. Kiryu-san told me to believe in witches, and I even met an insane woman calling herself one. Could Kanokun possibly be a human on the witch side? Or else... the culprit? What the heck? Am I going to start treating him like a culprit just because I can't find his corpse? I mean, that's the only explanation for now. It might be a good place to end. I will actually cut like video now and I will see. So it might be like the weird ending for you. That will be like no goodbyes and everything, because I will see you in the next video. And I'm not sure if it'd be like actually the same video or the next one, but I will just cut here and I will see what I will do, because I'm going to stage these episodes together via like multiple recordings. So I guess I will see you in the next video, or I will see you in the second. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time to continue Umineko Tea Party. So yeah, maybe you see this, maybe not, because if it's another episode, then you see this. If it's not another episode, then I just cut it out. So anyway, I want to welcome you in the next episode. Let's continue the story, let's continue the tea party, and let's see what the butler answer will be. For Beatrice saying that we're treating Canon as a culprit because of there's no corpse. I mean, that's safe assumption, so let's just continue. Let's go. About the suspicious being innocent? Okay. Okay, I'm afraid now. Shit! Okay! Okay. Okay. But that's the only red we have. This is not red web of truth from the episode 3. Sure, like Butler confirmed deaths, but it's not in red, so I can assume that he just like got like wrong idea. Like, I don't know, how would you like fake smashed head or like pierced head with the stake inside, but say Canon. Oh, Butler was not able to find his corpse, no matter how he's killed with magic without a corpse. He's definite suspect. Now, that's definitely anti-fantasy. Therefore, I guarantee his death with red truth. Now, that's definitely anti-fantasy. Okay. Huh. Also, wait. Okay, guys, I'm going to save for a second and go back to the menu. Just like for a second. I'm probably cutting this out, so be right back. Or maybe I'm not cutting this, it depends. Okay, never mind. Don't question me. I'm just paranoid because of episode 4. Oh. Among the 5 people in Curie group, he was the first to die. First to die, so that implies that at least one more died. It doesn't mean that all of them are dead. It was 6, 7, 8, 9. Makes sense. Among 5, he was first to die. He was 9th victim, so we have 2 more people die before him, and we assume that it was Jessica and George. Okay. Poor butler on the board. Yep. Yeah, I still, oh my god, my brain is again going into like rage mode. No. What's the correlation between Meta Butler and the Butler piece on the, like, on the game board? Who's more important? Who's actually discovering the truth? The Meta Butler that have red truth, or the board piece Butler who have not red truth and like discovering stuff for himself? Yeah, maybe that's a good place to end the episode. Well, we'll see. I have no idea how I will like put together these episodes or how long they will be, so it will be interesting test. At glance, this was a mass murder due to something strange that could only be thought of as a magic. Golden threads that attacked through the keyholes, like lasers. No, we even have the testimony that something gold flew around the dining hall when the first 6 died. Okay. The two might have been the same weapon. It could be like a laser sight from the sniper, you know? Like maybe they saw not the red dot, but maybe they saw like a yellow dot. Like from the like window or something, you know? That's like human technology stuff explanation if you want to like disable magic. Also we have windows, right? Then there was the closed room murder of the garden shed. And the laser beam that could metal bars. And that wasn't all. It was much more. Like the group of goat monsters. The story of a witch who could create pitfalls just by snapping her fingers. The rabbit-like demons who had fired golden threads. I think there was more. But each part was all screwed up. I couldn't possibly accept it. And was forced to suspect that it was some kind of trick or mistake. But why in the world had everyone spoken with one voice, saying the same thing without contradictions to the testimony? Pathological liars, working together in this, trying to make like mass suicide and blame Butler on everything, or just like, I don't know. It's not only the magic. There's Maria mysterious stuff. Yeah, like she's like the what? Why Jessica knew George and Nick had been killed? Yeah, like they had to meet before death? Or she killed him? Yeah, it could be other way. I thought like maybe George attacked Jessica. Yeah, maybe Jessica killed him first and got injured in the process. They were fighting. She got like injured very hard and then someone else. There's no one culprit. Like, I swear, like this whole family is just messed up. Holy shit. The mysterious burnt corpse that I couldn't confirm really belonged to that damn geezer. And more and more. All stuff I don't get. I tilted the wine bottle up and gulped. I don't have a clue what's going on. We'll see, Beatrice. You know why I know this? He's drinking wine. He will once again will not be sober enough to see clearly who the fuck Beatrice is. Also, by the way, let's see. Destroyed, okay. Destroyed. Okay, never mind. Actually, maybe they can be fake. What if Nanja and Shannon are fake deaths? I mean, it's similar case to like canon case in the episode 1 or episode 2. It was episode 2, I think, when he died with the stake out, like when he was found and and he like already took out the stake from his stomach. So basically, we couldn't confirm that it was even inside of him. So he might just fake that. So what if like they have just like, there's a theory from the episode 1, back in the episode 1, that they have like some kind of like makeup or something that would like make them like look dead. So they just like lying around, looking dead, and the stake is just next to them to us, and so you can like assume they were pierced by them. Also, like I said, the head injury doesn't match the epitaph. I don't have a clue what's going on. After dinner last night, the kids were chased out and told to go back to the guest house. And then there was a massacre in the dining hall. Kirya-san and the rest were dropped through pitfalls and captured. Then Jessica and George and Nikki were called out to take a test or whatever and killed. And even Kirya-san group was able to escape the dungeon somehow. All of them got killed in the end. And at the very, very end, even Maria was killed, leaving me all alone. In short, I did nothing except stay locked up in the guest house. During that time, a huge innocent incident occurred and ended. What can I call it except incomprehensible? I don't have a clue anymore. Yes, and now you will see Beatrice. I swear it will happen. I swear. I will say, like, anything you see right now after being dragged is just like your imagination. True form. He's calling for the true form. You don't know that yet. We don't know as well, but true form was mentioned like 2 times already. One in the end of the episode 3 and one in episode 4 in the NJ situation. Or somewhere around there. I haven't gotten any sleep since yesterday, so I'm incredibly sleepy. You wanna kill me? Go ahead. I decided to return to the guest house and boldly rest in a bed. When I exited the kitchen and passed through the lobby, that portrait of the witch came into view. Also, Butler surviving doesn't make sense also according to the epitaph. Like, there's supposed to be like 13 deaths, then people would be like invited to the Golden Land, which is like weird. Also, like, this death is like form of invitation to the Golden Land. So maybe I'm like having wrong assumption about Golden Land all along. Maybe it's like metaphor for actually death, like I suggested in like episode 2, I think. Maybe. Anyway, 10 Twilight would be like no one is alive, so Butler should be dead at this point. Like, episode 4 epitaph doesn't exist. Let's just say that. Because none of this makes sense according to the epitaph. Like, none of this. Okay, some of them, yes. Like, first Twilight makes sense according to the epitaph. 6 people died. Second Twilight makes sense because they were close as the cousins in the family and everything. The rest of deaths doesn't make sense. One of death makes sense like this, like gouge in the head. The rest doesn't make sense. Like, this, the epitaph is just broken in the episode 4. And also it's not here. When I exited the kitchen and passed through the lobby, that portrait of the witch came into the view. The big clock did too. It was almost exactly 24. Then the sound of the bell rang out, proclaiming that 24 had arrived. As I listened, I looked up at the Beatrice portrait. Exactly 24 hours ago I met you. What were you saying what were you trying to say? And where did you go? Just who in the world are you? Golden Witch Beatrice. I haven't solved a single one of the riddles surrounding you. Show yourself and fight me. Okay, before we go further, because I don't know if like they will mention this or anything, if my theory will be right. And I still haven't recorded the video about episode 3, so I will just clarify now. Before they say anything. Because you will see my theory in time when you see this video already. So, based on episode 3 stuff that you will learn from my previous video, one of the previous videos, you can check it probably on YouTube already. I think I will go dive into this like later. I mean, god damn it. I dived when you saw it. God damn it, it's so weird. Basically, the previous the Kuvadorian Beatrice is a mother, I think. I put my point onto this like in previous. So Beatrice and Kuvadorian is a mother, and current Beatrice that we know, that's like talking with Butler and everything in the meta world, is daughter. And what I make out of this is that Beatrice from Kuvadorian, since she's a mother to the new Beatrice, and the new Beatrice was a princess from the prologue of the episode 3, she called Kinzo grandfather. So that would mean that Beatrice and Kinzo had a kid? Wait, no, she would call him father then. Uh-oh, I think I just messed up. Oh shit. I think I will have to remake my theory now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Wait. She called him grandfather, not father. Wait, what? But yeah, that was like my initial thought, but I think that's not possible. Wait, what? Anyway, let's go back to reading, and I will go back to my notes later on, and I will talk to Discord about this matter, because, yeah, I think I made wrong assumptions, so I might clarify this on Discord as well at this point. Because I shared my discoveries already, like some of them at least. So, well, they like never tell me if I'm good or wrong on anything, but I'm glad that I'm sparkling some like crazy discussions that are like all in the spoiler tags. I wonder when I will be able to read them. And the witch showed herself, like a guest of honor finally appearing. She showed herself in the landing at the top of the big staircase. Yeah, you are drunk, so of course she would appear before you. Oh my god, why are you drunk again? This might be a good place to end, actually. Well, I will just like mash these episodes together anyway. I don't know where the end is, when the beginning is. Wait, but she appears like on the game board, and this is like game board butler then?
退屈だったんでな。存分にやらせてもらったぜ。
エンジェは良い子まであった。
エンジェの名をお前が口にするんじゃねえ。
Why you know about this? You are like butler, like the peace butler, or you are like meta butler. Oh my god damn it.
彼は奇跡によって現れ、自らを生贄にして、そなたに絶対
Okay, this is meta butler. This is definitely meta butler.
エンジェの名を口にするな。
あの無残な死は、そなたにとって必要なものだった。あの死を見なければ、そなたは本気にならない。
Okay.
エンジェの幸薄き未来を自覚しなければ、そなたに勝利の執念は生まれない。
エンジェの名を口にするなと言っている。
He's so pissed.
つまりは、必要な生贄だったというわけだ。そうでなくては、そなたにわらわを殺すほどの怒りは生まれない。わらわとそなたの拮抗が崩せない。
Actually, also this is weird, like, why she want to die so much?
ベルンカステル共鳴。これは駒ではない。切り札と呼ぶがふさわしい。駒はどれほど活躍しようと、盤上を離れることはない。しかし切り札は、どんな力を発揮しようとも、切れば確実に捨てられる。エンジェは、そなたにとって実に良き切り札だったのだ。
エンジェの名を口にするんじゃな。
Yeah, he's angry. Butler's angry roar. Beato finally stopped talking.
俺はな、こんなところで遊んでる暇はもう一切ねえんだ。引き分けすらもエンジェを待たせてる。俺はな、お前を打ち破り、
Okay, can you do it though?
家族を連れて家に帰るんだよ。
I mean, everyone is dead, so how you want to take them? If you want to take corpses, yeah, sure.
てめえと魔女ごっこで遊んでる暇は一秒たりともありはしない。
ならば、どうすればよいか分かっているの。
ああ、お前をぶっ倒す。魔女も魔法も幻想も妄想も全て俺がぶっ飛ばす。さあ、おっ始めようぜ。もう二度とごまかさせない。ゲーム再開だぜ。お前という嘘っぱちを追う。
Resume the game, man.
俺が引き裂いてやる。
That's like a third day already. There's nothing to resume, really.
わらわを殺してやるという。
You should like restart this whole thing. All you have to do is to say, I will kill you.
ああ、その言葉をお望みなら言って、俺が聞いてやるお前の望みで最初で最後の。
Don't. I swear, if he says that in red. Oh my god.
感謝する。
お前を。
I will kill you.
ならばよし。
I just got chills! It was the background, but it was in red. So I wonder if this is like actually... That's so clever. That's so clever. They don't tell us if Butler said that in red. They just showed that flash on the background. It could be Butler saying in red, or it could be just for the viewer discretion what he said, and he didn't say that in red. Oh my god, Umineko, stop, please, oh my god, or don't stop, please mess with my mind even more. I'm getting crazy. Oh my god. I want my brain to be melted. Not. Or yes, I don't know.
始めようぞバトラー。さあ、魔女狩りの時間だ。
Why you want to die so much? This is so... Why?
わらわを追ってみろ。追い詰めてみろ。殺してみろ。
Also worth to note, like in the previous episodes from 1 to 3, she never mentioned kill me. She was always like chase me, corner me, defeat me, something like that. But she never told kill me. And episode 4 is the only episode where she actually wants to like actually die. Like she's saying like just kill me. Interesting. I think this will be the place where I end the episode. It will be like 2.3 hours or something. 2.5. Butter cry, burn the world with the white light. And if you open your eyes, amidst the darkness, the two of them could be seen in a rose garden. Whoa! Whoa, that's actually amazing and beautiful. Woo! Hello, Kuvadorian!